So right now we're sonifying Picea species, Picea omerica, which is a Serbian spruce. And this specimen is quite cute. Sorry, that's like not scripted, but usually they're not very hardy here, so it's cool to see one growing this well in this area. I'm currently collecting biodata for a project by the World Sensorium Conservancy and Gail Knowles. And she wants to use this data collected, so I'm doing both MIDI data, if you're familiar with MIDI, it's the musical language of computers, and also exporting it as on a score, so composers can then use that and turn it into music. And her vision is a multi-sensorial, multi-species orchestra of 7 movements to represent the 7 continents. And what I'm sonifying is sort of the heritage plant, the heritage aromatic plant of each of the countries of the world. And the orchestra will be kind of sectioned so it moves in 7 movements, and it moves across these continents, basically combining the data from the plants that are from those regions. So it's quite disturbed right now. I think I disturbed it a lot because I've interrupted its normal pattern. It was going up and down, very similar to how these are. So these are sort of depicting what I can kind of make an educated guess about of being its internal rhythm of water and nutrients and activity to part of its body. Just like us with our cyclical rhythms and circadian rhythms, trees and other organisms have the same thing. And you can see here, each is unique, but then sometimes you'll get a little blip where something happens and it's disturbed in some way, and that shows us that it's responding to its outside stimulus, its outside environment. So it's really interesting to kind of use this to get a sense of how it's responding to things. See, the wind just happened, and that little, so that was probably it responding to the wind. And now it's going to keep being responsive because we have a strong breeze directly on this little branch, and it's kind of flopped down. Yeah, so this is when the wind was happening. That just means that there was a lot of activity and a lot of jumping between, areas of lower conductivity, areas of higher conductivity, more electricity, less electricity, and that's probably it responding by maybe sending different chemical signals to the area, and most likely in this instance, because it was wind, different electrical signals to the area.
This is one of our more interesting trees at JLBG. This is actually we can't quite call it a hybrid, but this is a tree that self-grafted many years ago. We call this a quercus because on the left it's a quercus alba, the white oak, and on the right is a liquid amber or sweet gum. And years ago, these 2 seedlings came up together and decided that they could move in together and form a family unit, and they did. And here we are maybe 50, 60 years later, we've got a tree that has grafted itself. And the cool thing is they're growing at the very same rate. They're very happy together. And we now know that they share what's called microRNAs. They actually are speaking to each other. And so what we're doing today is with Willow Gatewood is biosonifying the trees. We're looking at how they, I guess we call it speak, but actually they share electronic signals together. So what biosonification is where we're able to, as humans, listen to the electrical processes inside the plant. And we're looking to find out, are they very similar? Are they communicating, and are they sharing that same electrical impulses so that it translates into sounds?
So interestingly, they do seem to share when I'm sonifying plants, first I should say that I'm sonifying changes in microconductivity, which is often influenced by things like chemicals, photosynthesis, water, and if I insert the electrodes into the xylem of a plant, these are the electrodes that I'm using today, I've been noticing this wave pattern that I don't know how to explain exactly, but I think that it probably has to do with the cyclical pattern of water and nutrient transport through the tree. So sort of like our own internal circadian rhythm almost. And these patterns are usually pretty consistent, and I call them a baseline pattern for whatever plant I'm sonifying. And these two trees do seem to share, well, they're one tree. They do seem to share a very similar baseline pattern. Here are where the notes overlap. This is where, there's a little friend here, but our session with I wish they were different colors, but our session with the sweet gum starts around the C1, and the oak also starts around the C1, and they have a very similar pattern of overlap until this is where I took the electrodes off. So then I was interfering with both of them, but they even had a very similar interference pattern of, what happened? So this was a different plant, but it's just very interesting to me because I wasn't sure what was going to happen when I did this. So they do somehow, which it makes sense, I guess, when you think of they're sharing probably a same core heartwood, so they are synchronized internally, and they're not really different trees. And I think honestly this kind of highlights a cool aspect about trees in general, is that oftentimes they might be growing far apart, especially if they're the same species of trees. If we think about birches, for instance, they might be growing far apart, but they might share a same core root and all be synchronized to some sort of internal rhythm. And then also they're constantly moving fluid and nutrients and water amongst all of the trees, even if it's an entire grove. So I think this is a cool encapsulation of it, just also with two different species of trees. So